guys, I hope you're all okay. I hope you're all good, that the weather is good in your country, because in the UK the weather has been crazy for the past few weeks. I don't want to say months, but a few weeks. Thankfully, last week I managed to go for small holidays to Bucharest, so the weather was amazing there. So I'm happy that I got some sunshine this year, because I'm not sure if it's gonna happen here in the UK. But anyways, that's not the point of the whole video. I would also like to say sorry in advance, because I have such a bad hay fever and I might sneeze randomly during this video. I can't even wear a full face of makeup because I'm rubbing my eyes constantly. But that's just a side note. And again, I would like to say thank you to new subscribers, to people who comment and give me ideas for new videos, so thank you very much. That motivates me a lot. In today's video, as you can see maybe by title already, I'm gonna talk about the documents that you need to become a cabin crew. So I will tell you today about 3 very important documents, and 2 of them you need to have before you start your training. Sometimes they let you do one of them during your training, but to have peace of mind, and that's what I've done. Most of my colleagues, they had those 2 documents already with them during the training. I might have already mentioned something about those documents in the past videos, but today it's gonna be a bit in depth. So the first one will be the medical certificate. My filter is a bit interfering, but it's a medical certificate. I've got the one from Irish Aviation Authority, because I was doing my medical certificate in Ireland. So before you become a cabin crew, you have to check if you're fit to fly. So what they're gonna check there, it's basically like a GP, but it's a specialist GP that is designed to check for flying, and if you're fit to fly. And they also check pilots, so it's like an assessment. So basically what they check, the eyes, from me they also take a urine sample. They were checking my knees, if I'm basically fit. And if you're fit, you're gonna get a certificate like that. Now, price-wise, while I was doing that, it was around 100 or 150 euros. Now, I've heard that it might be different, in some places even 200, so it just depends where you're doing that. And now, if you're gonna be based in the UK, as far as I'm aware, because before I left the company, we got like a memo about if you're based in the UK, you can't do your medical certificate in the UK, because UK is not in the European Union and they want you to have the European Union certificate. So either you would have to find a doctor that does the European certification attestation, or you would have to fly, for example, to Ireland or somewhere else or maybe your original country to do this medical, so it's like European. And then it's valid, I've got it valid for 5 years, and it's still valid for me until next year, so I can still go back to flying if I want to. And then, for example, I had glasses, so in here it says that I need to wear contact lenses or glasses and carry spare ones as well. And yeah, just for this piece of paper you have to pay a bit of money, but this is very basic thing. Some people were doing that during the training. Our instructors told us where there is a doctor in our small village. There apparently was a doctor that was doing those certificates. Again, you could do that when you are there, but again, I don't want, I didn't want to stress myself that I have to do something, so I prefer to do it before I go, and I was fine with that medical certificate. Now, the next, I think, obvious document is your passport. Maybe it's not obvious to everyone, because some of the people that I had training with, not many, maybe one, they were waiting for their passport to be issued, so they didn't have the passport with them. Again, I would be nervous if I didn't have it with me, so I recommend to you just to have everything. And that's a bit funny story with my passport, because when I was in Ireland, I didn't have like passport. I had like a Polish ID, which was perfectly fine if I wanted to travel between European Union countries. And then in 2017, just before a year before I graduated from high school, I was like, let's make a passport. And I did this passport a year before. I still didn't know that I will be a cabin crew. So I just made this passport randomly, like maybe like something in my head, like part of me knew that I will need it in the future. So I did this passport before, a year before I started my training, so I still have, it's still valid until 2027. What's funny, I've got like random stickers here from airports, and there is also my like a worker number, like a employee number, still the old one, so that's some memories as well. But yeah, the passport is the most important thing you need to have. And again, I've got quite a few questions about passports under some of my videos, and people are saying that they do not have European passports. I know that some of the countries outside of European Union have Ryanair base, and again, you would have to talk about it with the crewlink or the agency that is hiring you, because I am not too sure if you have to have a European passport nowadays, because in the past when I was applying, it was a must. Like they were very like clear about it. You need to have a European passport. But now some of the people texted me saying that they passed their assessment with non-European passport. So maybe they've changed their mind. So again, just either call your agency or just write them email asking before you start the whole process, you know, because you're gonna do an interview and maybe start training, and then they say sorry because you don't have a European passport. So when I was starting, they wanted me to have European passport. And now another document, but this document you will get after, I think it's after you will finish your training, and you have to carry that with you at all times when you're flying. It's a cabin crew attestation, so it looks more or less like that. It's issued by Irish Aviation Authority. So basically what's written there is your name, surname, where and when were you born, nationality. You have to sign it, and there is a signature of issuing officer. So it's like a small document, but it's a very important piece of document. I know some of people, they were laminating that to not lose it. It's valid forever as far as I know, so this is another memory for me, and also a valid document, because who knows what I'll be doing in the future. So yeah, whenever you start your job on the airplane, you need to carry with you the certificate in your crew bag. They will not check it every single day. As far as I know, if there is like an audit on board and there's like inspector coming, sometimes from like Irish Aviation Authority or from some other authorities, they might check your fit to fly attestation. So you need to have it. It's a part of your cabin crew bag, what you need to have. And then these two documents, which is passport and the cabin crew attestation, will be checked daily when you fly by your cabin crew supervisor, your number one. I almost had to sneeze, sorry. So those two documents, they are signed, and if you forget them, you cannot fly. I saw situations where, for example, number one forgot the attestation and there was an audit on board and she couldn't fly. So they had to take someone from standby, from the airport standby, because she just forgot. It happens most of the times to number ones, because not always during the briefing, so during when you meet your crew for the day and stuff like this, you show those two documents to your cabin crew supervisor, to your number one, sorry, and she checks it. And number one not always gives her documents or his to the crew to be checked, so sometimes number ones just forget to carry that happens, but it should be checked. There is another important document, but I don't have it with me. I have it on my phone actually, so I will put up, if I can, a picture in here. So this is a small document like that, something like this. It's also an attestation, and there it says how long you've been in the company for, your name, surname, stuff like that, and it's also checked, and it's also important for a cabin crew supervisor, for number one, to see that document, because it depends which number you will be on board, 2, 3 or 4. Whoever is most senior will be, of course, number 2, 3 and 4. So number one also will check this document, which you can download and print out from your documents online in the office. So those 4 documents are the most important, and without them you don't fly. So always make sure, because I saw people getting called from standby or being taken from airport duty to fly because someone forgot passport or the attestation, and I was one of the victims once. I had my airport standby, airport duty, and I was called because for a long flight, which is Fuerteventura, because one of the crew members forgot, I think, their passports. It's always, I used to check my bag few times before I left for work, and then on my way to work I would check it at least twice, that I always have it. Sometimes people forget it when they go on holidays and they take the passport, for example, from their cabin crew bag, and they put it to their luggage, and then they come to work and they forgot to repack. So always remember, if you're a cabin crew and you go for your holidays, you know, unpack it from your bag. But yeah, today a very short video, but I think very important, because those documents are very important, and you know, I think medical is what you need to start with, because it will show you basically if you're fit to fly, because without this document you won't be able to become a cabin crew. So always start by looking for a cabin crew, like a GP, but it's a special GP. It's not like, you know, any GP that you go sometimes. It's a special person who can assess if you're fit to fly. And then your passport, just make sure that it's valid. Yeah, and you'll be just fine, and the rest you will learn on your training. So if you are during the training, I wish you all the best. You can do it. I did it. You can do it as well. Again, if you've got any questions, any remarks, anything, don't forget to leave me a comment down below. You can also write me some ideas for videos, because it's not very easy, because there's few YouTube channels that are a bit similar to mine, and they are already covered some of the topics, so it's hard to find something, you know, original. So if you've got any ideas, just drop them down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you didn't subscribe yet, and leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.